Hey guys, right here. Just looking at some old stuff on the YouTube. Just was thinking about what makes these games last. Like, why is Reflex? Why did everyone love Reflex? You know, I think back in the day when Motocross Madness was around, if anyone was around for that game, I looked up some stuff. I used to have the tag. This was my tag on there back in the day. I found this old website that has tronlocker.com. It's got all the tracks. He's actually got all these ones I made back in the day. 2001. Wow, that's crazy. Where are we at here? Soupy. That was actually a pretty fun track, that one. MCM2, why was that game even popular? Like, I think one of the big things with that game is the first of its kind, but if you go back and play that game, it's actually, the gameplay isn't that fun. What made it fun and last was the community. Like, it's 2018. This is 17 years ago. Release date. I don't know how he has the release dates, but 2000, 18 years ago, like, and there's guys still hosting this stuff. You can even see here, this is some of the original stuff. This is the original from Motocross Madness 1. I've even got a picture. I didn't even notice that of my KX80. That's some old school shit, that's a 98 KX80. But like, man, that's such a cult following. It's I kind of feel bad for these guys with the newer games that they never really understood what that community was like back then, because you also got to remember, we didn't have Facebook. There was no Facebook or anything like that. So websites like this and MCM Empire, which is why I named this channel the way I did. There used to be a website that everyone went to called the Empire. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was MCM Empire or the Empire, but that was where everyone went to get stuff from Motocross Madness 1, and then it evolved into MCM2 MCM2central.com, which is, I'm sure some people might remember what that is. But man, we're talking back in the day when that's all there was. There was no Facebook. There is some sites nowadays, obviously, for MXSim and I think Pure MXS and a few other ones where you can download tracks and whatnot. But it seems so different back then. Like, even the online, back then, the online was just phenomenal. And we're talking about 2000. It's hard to believe if you were to tell someone now, but that when we had that online playing with MCM Gaming Zone, not MSN Gaming Zone, I think it was almost flawless. And this was in 2000. Earlier, when MCM1 was around. How can they not have it? Like, MX ATV All Out, from what I can tell, I haven't played too much online because I can't. Well, the archives aren't working, which is a bummer, but from what I've seen online and on forums and stuff like that, is that the online's barely working on All Out. How is this possible in 2018? I mean, how could they have it so right back then and not so right now? MSN Gaming. Oh, dude. Yeah. The Gaming Zone. Wow. I'm trying to find... wonder if we can find a screenshot of the MCM1 Gaming Zone. Nah, there's gonna be nothing on here, but you're just gonna take my word for it. It was a full separate application, almost like how Steam is. You'd open up the Gaming Zone and you'd play separately, and you connect to tournaments and games and host service and whatnot. But like, what made Reflex so good? So I think one of the main things with Reflex is that you felt so much more in control of what was happening, but it was consistent at the same time. So here's a video from Tile In. I was just checking out before. If you watch some of the gameplay, of like the way the bike and the rider, even the scrubs here, like we don't even have scrubs in MX ATV All Out. Like what they've given the people isn't really a scrub. Like you can't scrub like on this game. If you notice on this, no matter which way you hit the lip, if you scrub, it's always changing how the bike's going to react. So if you scrub off the side of a lip, you're going to get more scrub lower. The faster you go, you're going to scrub lower. Everything changed the way the rider reacted. Whereas it feels like on MX, on All Out, you can ride around a track on that game and just feel like you almost know what you're expecting on every turn. The bike and the ride, it's just not the same. It's hard to pinpoint why this game was so popular. I think again it was like the first of its kind and it got a cult following and everyone just backed it from there. But MCM was the one before this that had all the traction, had the people and the population playing it, and then Reflex. But it almost feels like All Outs is capable of doing that, but I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone knows what the progress is on making tracks or that sort of thing with All Out, but that would be cool. You can see back in the day, like, we could just make track after track. These are all created and released on the same year. And I was just one of thousands of people. You'd literally go onto the MCM Central every day, and there would be 10 new tracks. 10, 20 new tracks, and you basically go to everyone, look at the preview image, the reviews, download new tracks, and every single day you were playing something new. That's not really happening nowadays with the games. I can understand it. Like, can you imagine if MXGP had an ecosystem create tracks? Like, I know you've got that track editor, but that's not the same. That's like some plug and play thing. Guys were making totally different ecosystems. Like you can see here, this guy's done a track next to the ocean. Everyone had their own style. One of the better ones I made, I think, was King of the Hill. This thing was crazy. But I wonder if there's any footage of this thing. Damn, I can't type tonight. Yeah, we're not going to get any of that come up, obviously. Anyway, you get the picture. It just doesn't seem like we've got the same sort of community we had back in the day. Yeah, a lot of motocross. Oh, yeah, there's a video I made for Verb 6 years ago. Holy shit. Yeah, bring back the good old days, I say. This is a game. There's a track on here. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Yeah, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you think? Is there any OGs out there who played these old games? MCM1, MCM2, or is it just all new cats, millennials? Let me know. What do you think? What made these games so popular? Why is Reflex such a cult? Like, how do we get that to happen again? MX ATV All Out, I think, is pretty much there, but we're not going to see another one of those. Like, we're not going to see another MX ATV game release, at least for a couple of years. It's just not, they've just released this. MXGP seems to have a good franchise going where they're releasing one every year at this point, it seems like. MX ATV All Out just seems so buggy. It's like they've, I don't know why they've released it in the way they have, but so many bugs. I can't even play it on the PC right now. They keep patching it. It's like the game wasn't ready. It's almost like they spent the whole time trying to get that whip to work, and the rest of the game just got left behind, and now they're trying to patch it now. Still a fun game, but yeah, I just wish we can get the following for it. I hope if we could make new tracks for it. New tracks for it, I think, would be where it's at if we can get new tracks in there. I know they're obviously getting new bike skins and whatnot, but I just don't think it's going to be back to the status of this sort of thing where you could pretty much create whatever you wanted. It was a pretty straightforward process. You'd just create a displacement map and a texture map and you'd basically be done. You could auto-generate the trees in that. This actually had a dedicated editor, this game, Motocross Madness 2. Anyway, just some random thoughts. See you guys later.